All right, guys. April showers bring May flowers, but they also bring gunk into your gutters, which could cause damage to your home.
So joining us live to talk about the proper way to keep your gutters clean and functioning is National Home Improvement expert and host of today's Homeowner TV and Radio, Danny Lipford. Danny is right up in there. That's why we love him.
Doing it to it right
now. Some homeowners watching this might not even have gutters. Does everyone need them?
No, they really don't. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize. Certain areas of the country have gutters on every single home, and you really don't need to. The main thing is moving water away from your house when it rains, and also being able to prevent any erosion that you might have. So it's not necessary, but you want to make sure no water ever settles by your foundation, because sooner or later there's going to be some problems there.
All right, Danny, gutters aren't all the same. They come in different shapes and sizes and also price. What are the differences?
Well, I'll tell you, this is a seamless aluminum gutter, and this is probably the most popular. The real advantage of it is you can make one of these things a mile long. You couldn't handle it. You don't need it that long. But the key thing there, you have very few seams along the way, and it's available in white or brown. Now, sometimes you need a special gutter like copper on an older home. Very expensive, but they do work very well, but you only use those in a very limited way. Another very inexpensive way are vinyl gutters, but they tend to be very small, kind of fragile, maybe okay in some cases, but most cases it's good to go with an aluminum seamless gutter. It's very reasonable and pretty much handles any kind of situation.
Danny, what's the rule of thumb, 4-inch gutters or 6-inch gutters?
I always go with 6-inch. This is a wider gutter because you can see a shingle hangs over just a little bit here. And if you have a smaller gutter, many of the heavy rains that you really want to catch the water will flow right over. Not a good way to go at all. So going with a 6-inch gutter like this, you have plenty of room in between here for the water to go right in.
All right, so what about cleaning? We see that you have some gunk, if you will, in your gutter.
Well, first of all, make sure you have gloves. That's very important because there's a few sharp edges here and there. Now, there are gutter guards that are available. Some work better than others. This one is gutter brush that works pretty cool. Once you clean everything, you can drop that in, and it actually, this one is a little undersized, but the larger size allows it to flow right over. Another thing is fashioning a nice gutter scoop like this. This is just an antifreeze jug. You can cut that out. It allows you to get down in there and scoop everything out without getting your hands near all of the rough metal. Got to be very careful in that situation.
Danny, what's the best advice you can give someone? I mean, not everyone is as confident as you up on a ladder like that.
Well, that's one thing, too, Jim. You got to be careful. People get up here and they reach out, boom, hit the ground. You don't want that. You want to be as careful as possible. And if you're not comfortable on a ladder, get someone else to take care of it that is comfortable on it. It's very, very important. And, any of the gutter guards and gutter screens that are available will help minimize the amount of times you have to clean your gutters. But right now, after the winter and so forth that we've been through, now's the time to get these gutters cleaned, either yourself or hire the neighborhood kid to take care of it.
Danny, you mentioned that not every home has gutters. So what if you want to put them on your home after the fact? Is that a tough task? Is that an expensive task?
Not really. With the seamless gutters and the competitive nature of that field, they've gotten very, very reasonable. It is good to get several different prices, of course, like anything that you have done to your home. Get some good, strong recommendations on people that have had that type of work done at their home. And it's pretty reasonable in being able to do it. And you know what? Like a lot of things with home improvement, you don't have to do it all at one time. If the budget only allows a certain portion of the house to be guttered, do that now. Do the rest later on.
All right, Danny, I got one last question for you. Once you get those gutters down, if you've got a flat area around your house, should you take, that downspout and actually put another line to move the water away from the home?
Well, that's a great point, Jim, because erosion can take place, and you can cause erosion by funneling this water through a downspout and not managing the water at that spot. So a splash block at the bottom to allow that water to get away from there, but also many cases where it may be trapped. I kind of have a similar situation here where I have an underground line that takes it to an adjacent lot. So that works out very well. A good point, though, is to make sure you manage the water once it goes down the downspout.
As you said at the top, keep it away from the house. That is the key. Danny Lipford, always appreciate your expert tips.